heard throughout the Wyoming Valley today. There were reports that people's houses shook and folks as far away as Mountaintop reported hearing the rumble this afternoon. Newswatch 16's Clay Lepard talked to some folks to see what they thought about the Big Bang. Clay.
Sophia, it all happened around 3:30 today. A loud boom echoed across parts of Luzerne County. For some, their houses shook. And even 8 hours after it all happened, we're still unsure what exactly caused it all. It takes a lot to wake up 12-year-old Kendra Stelz of Lake Township.
I was just sleeping, and all I heard was a big bang.
A big bang heard by more than just her. Many of you let Newswatch 16 know you heard the loud boom as well. Police and emergency officials say several fire departments were dispatched to try and locate what caused the boom in the back mountain. But they had no luck locating it, and they couldn't find any damage either.
Afterwards, me and my daughter went in the car just around the neighborhood to check the other, people's houses who were behind that field, and we saw nothing else. To us what it possibly could have been.
People here in Lake Township say what's even more surprising is that no one's been able to figure out what exactly it was. Beatrice Price of Lake Township heard it. She felt it too.
Everything vibrated. I mean, it was short. It was only a couple of seconds, but the whole house was vibrating.
Vibrating so much that her cows and pigs took cover. And that's something she says she's never seen happen like this before.
We have
And that's something she says she's never seen happen like this before.
We have people that hunt and target practice and stuff like that, and there's guns and stuff like that and fireworks and stuff, but it was way louder than that.
There's been plenty of accounts of what people thought they saw, like a smoke trail in the sky. Nothing has been confirmed at this time, so for now, everyone is left to their ideas on what it could possibly be.
It sounded like an explosion. We have a gas place down the road.
Their ideas on what it could possibly be.
It sounded like an explosion. We have a gas place down the road. We thought maybe that the gas place had actually exploded, but there's no smoke or anything like that, so that was definitely not it. Not it.
Well, what was that noise? We've had a lot of calls, emails, Facebook posts from you after reports of a loud explosion-type noise in our area Saturday nights.
That's right. WSBT 22's Kelly Stopsinski has been working the phones all day trying to pin it down. Certainly no easy answer on this one.
Not really an answer at all, guys. People from here in South Bend all the way down to Warsaw, up to the Napanee area, even as far north as Muskegon report feeling and hearing these noises. But for now, scientists and other experts tell me they are baffled.
Like shook the house. It shook this room.
Emmanuel Reese was sitting right here in his enclosed front porch in Plymouth when he heard that strange noise Saturday afternoon.
I heard a big boom, and they're doing so much construction around here, I thought it might have been a dump truck with the hatch closing or the lid closing. And I felt it.
And later that night, it happened again.
I didn't think anything of it. Nothing exploded, no siren, so I figured everything was okay. But then I seen it on Facebook, and everybody else heard the same thing too.
Police dispatchers told a South Bend Tribune reporter the noises in St. Joseph County were from rail. Spokesmen for Canadian National and Norfolk Southern say their crews were not working in our area Saturday.
A geologist from IU South Bend also tells me that the U.S. Geological Survey hasn't registered any kind of earthquake activity in Indiana or any of the surrounding states in the past 30 days. And he says even if it did, humans probably wouldn't be able to hear it because those frequencies are so far underground. States in the past 30 days. And he says even if it did, humans probably wouldn't be able to hear it because those frequencies are so far underground. Because those frequencies are so far underground. Because those frequencies are so far underground.
So this meteor shower, quadrantids, was occurring. Radiant was right about there.
Penn Harris-Madison astronomy teacher Art Klinger says he heard the noises too, and it's possible they came from the meteor shower. It peaked around 9 Saturday night.
A larger rock coming in, a stray asteroid going across the sky, could very easily have produced a sound like that.
A few people reported seeing a flash, but it was cloudy at the time, making that theory difficult to prove.
Explanation Klinger and some area physicists and geologists suggested was a sonic boom. That, of course, is when an object travels faster than the speed of sound.
And you actually called Grissom Air Force Base.
Right.
What'd you find out?
A spokesperson from there told me that they don't even have aircraft that can go that fast.
This is Dapu 7 with an update to the mystery booms that are happening across the country. Now, believe it or not, people in Idaho here recently have been taking to social media complaining about this, and the authorities have no answers. Now, as you can see right here in Bingham County, Sunday night, residents reported a mysterious explosion. Less than a week before this, on Wednesday, there was another massive explosion. This one was felt by many people, and it brought out fire department, search and rescue, police, and they swarmed the area and turned up nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now you can see right here the proximity of each of these places to one another and the amount of people that live there. But they're stating that down here people have been complaining about this, but they're getting no answers. So once again, I want people to know there are mystery explosions happening across this country. Police have no answers. These are very real. The police have no answers. 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 These are very real. They are shaking people's homes. This time, Idaho.
There's a whole lot of shaking going on in Chalice. One earthquake measuring 4.9 hit the area this morning, and then a smaller one hit this evening. About 7:30, it measured a 2.6.
Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? They said when you got here the whole thing started. Who are you? What are you? Where did you come from? I think you're the cause of all this. I think you're the cause of all this. You're the cause of all this. I think you're evil. I think you're evil. I think you're evil. I think you're evil. Evil!
U.S. Geological Survey says both quakes occurred about 5 miles underground, enough to trigger some rock slides, but not enough to cause any major property damage or injuries, at least that we know of. Chalice is no stranger to quakes. A swarm earlier in the year prompted seismologists to place measuring devices nearby to record any more activity.
My family. I love my family very much. 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 My family. I love my family very much. Everybody please, everybody please,
had been relatively quiet. Now, Chalice is a 4-hour drive from Boise, and yet some folks in the Treasure Valley said this morning's quake felt a lot closer than that. Jacqueline Powell joins us live in the newsroom to explain how the earthquake was bad enough that even some could feel it here. Jackie?
Even though the quake was recorded at a 4.9 on the Richter scale, those who live in Chalice say it felt like it shook much harder than that. This map on the U.S. Geological Survey's website shows that a lot of Boise felt the morning earthquake all the way from Chalice. I spoke with one woman who lives and works in the small mountain town, and she says the quake was so strong there that she's not surprised it was felt nearly 200 miles away.
It was pretty crazy. It was really intense. We've had quite a few of them here, but never felt anything like that before.
This past spring, a couple of Chalice's earthquakes were about the same size. One was 4.1 on the Richter scale, and the other 4.9, just like Saturday's. But Christina Hoyt says this one seemed much worse.
When Peter said it was a 4.9, I thought it was wrong because it just felt more intense than that.
Hoyt says now many in her community are worried that more, even bigger quakes could shake their town. A loud boom has East Tennesseans baffled over the sound and the source. It rocked Hamblin County bright and early at 7:30 this morning, and no one seems to know where it came from. Bright and early at 7:30 this morning, and no one seems to know where it came from. Bright and early at 7:30 this morning, and no one seems to know where it came from. Local 8 News reporter Kyle Warnke spoke with people who heard it today, and Kyle, needless to say, it woke a lot of people up.
Yeah, it certainly did, Amanda, and they say it sounded like a tree falling on their house or maybe an explosion happening somewhere nearby. A few people I spoke with today say they've heard this now several times in the past few years.
Versucht, liebe Zuschauer, wir versuchen es jetzt noch mit einem anderen Thema. Mit einem mysteriösen Knall. Ja. Und jetzt wird es sehr, sehr gruselig zum Teil auch. Ne? Denn in Berlin gibt es Menschen, die sagen, es kracht und knallt. Nachts zum Beispiel. Und die wissen gar nicht, wo kommt das her.
Hamblin County, Tennessee isn't known for its large population. In fact, being quiet is part of its draw.
Well, we've heard it again this morning. It's not the first time we've heard it.
It was heard around the county. It surprised ears on Knollwood.
I've lived here 30 years, and I probably have heard it